And the practice of forced marriage is not just confined to the subcontinent. Across the world, an estimated 14 million young girls under the age of 18 are married each year. And joining me now from London is Sarah Deignan-Cambu, the president of the International Centre for Research on Women, an organisation that's seeking to raise awareness of the issue. Sarah, thanks for joining us. For us here in the West, we tend to think that this is a tradition confined to the developing world, but that's really not the case, is it?
No, that's absolutely right. Back in 2011, the Tahiri Justice Center conducted a survey in the United States that showed over the past 2 years there had been 3,000 early and forced marriages conducted in my own country, the United States, which shows that the practice of child marriage is not just confined to developing countries.
So what impact does child marriage have on a society then?
Well, in the immediate generation, those young girls are usually taken out of school, so their education is disrupted. They don't have the opportunity to be educated not only in the 3 R's, reading, writing, arithmetic, but how to take care of, say, for example, their own children when they bear them. So this becomes the start of a vicious cycle where if they are not educated, they're not able to care for their children, those children don't thrive in school, and the vicious cycle of poverty continues. If girls stay in school, if we can get them through to the secondary school level, they're much more likely to take better care of their children, to know how to nourish them, to make sure that they go to school, that they're educated, that they have opportunities to lift themselves out of poverty and hopefully be strong producers and actors in the economy.
So what needs to be done, Sarah?
Essentially, we need to ensure that girls have every opportunity to stay in school, to become educated, that parents understand that investing in girls is a good investment for the immediate generation, for the next generation, for the nation as a whole. And we've seen solutions like this in India, for example, where the government is using conditional cash transfers to keep young girls in school through to the age of 18, so that at the end of this educated time period, it may be that they want to invest in small business, they may want to go on to further education, but they're ready to be nurturing mothers for the next generation, economic actors producing for not only their family, but for the country.
But isn't it the reality that at the end of the day, you're talking about traditional religious cultures whose views on the status of women is vastly different to secular Western countries? How do you change that mindset successfully?
I would first start by saying that this is a practice that goes across all religions, all ethnicities. Even in the study that I was citing in the United States, that was across 56 different countries and a variety of faiths. So it's not located within one faith community. And oftentimes there is going to be supportive text within the religious texts of various faiths that we can turn to and begin to make the case for why ending child marriage is an important advancement for society as a whole. We find working with spokespersons from the faith community who understand the devastating impact of child marriage is one way to begin to make inroads. If we can marry that with exchange in legal situations, so ensuring minimum age of marriage for both boys and girls at 18, and engage religious leaders in promoting these rights to age at marriage, this is one way how we can make progress going forward.
Sarah Deignan-Cambu, thank you so much for your time. I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there. Moving on, and to other women making headlines this week, Michelle Bachelet has been sworn in as the president of Chile. It's the 62-year-old's second time in office. The socialist leader was inaugurated in a ceremony in the city of Valparaiso. Bachelet is the first Chilean president in over half a century to return for a second term. And finally, to a country where women's equality